Hello there, friends and followers, and welcome to this live stream. This is Q8 Pilot, your host for today's show, and I am very excited today on this New Year's Eve to bring to you this next generation set of aircrafts. It's a series of 737s from Threshold LevelUP. Threshold, of course, if you guys have been following the channel, are my partners, and we have been partners for the longest time. And I want to thank Magnus, the CEO of Threshold, for providing me with a release candidate version of the 737NG series to showcase here on the channel. I want to thank all of you today for being with me on this New Year's Eve, and I want to wish you a very happy New Year right off the bat. And I hope that the 2022 will be a prosperous and happy year for all of you guys, and I hope that you were able to achieve whatever you were set out to achieve in the year ahead. I want to welcome It's Dude Plays Steve 1927 Omari. Hello, my friend. Happy New Year to you, and thank you for your support throughout. CEO of 777. Hello, my friend. Angel Benabi. Happy New Year to you, my friend. And Load Isb, Mahad Mirza, Zalato, Sven. Sven, how are you doing, my friend? Cheapskate Skimmer. Hello, my friend. Naturally Herb. Happy New Year to you, my friend. And thank you very much for your support throughout. Hello from the UK, from Zaltco and Minimax09. Thank you for being with me here on this New Year's Eve for a first look at the Threshold LevelUP 737NG. And today, folks, we are going to be flying the 600 version of the aircraft. So there is a set of aircraft that come with this package, the 737-600, 700, 800, 900ER, and 900NG. So quite a bit of aircraft that ships with this package. It uses the same Zibo system, but then it's got custom sounds and custom textures and a lot of custom stuff. The electronic flight bag has been reverted back to the Zibo EFB in order to expedite the release of the aircraft, but there is a new EFB coming that will accompany this aircraft. And we're going to take a look at those variants in just a moment here. We are, by the way, at Ontario International Airport in the state of California. We're going to be doing a short flight today to Las Vegas, Nevada. We are going to be cruising at approximately 26,000 feet, and we are going to be doing an RNAV approach at Las Vegas, runway 19 left. So, again, welcome to all of you guys. Very, very thankful for all of your support in the year 2021. And we'll talk a little bit about what I plan on doing in the year to come on the channel and what you should expect to see. But before we begin with our flight, I just want to go very quickly to the explain menu. And here are the aircraft that ships with this package. The 737-600, the one that we're flying today, the 700NG, 800, 800NG, and then you've got the 900ER and 900NG, a handful of aircraft to fly and enjoy in the sim. Let's hop into the cockpit, and as you can see, this is a very nice looking 3D cockpit. And very authentic, of course. It's very similar to the Zibo because it is based on the Zibo, but there is definitely a facelift in terms of the texture work here. This is the electronic flight bag that will change, of course, once it is ready. But overall, this looks pretty much like the next generation. It reminds me a lot of the PMDG 737, but this one actually looks better in my view. It's got a lot more options. It flies better. It feels better. It sounds about the same because I think PMDG has done really a wonderful job with their aircraft. But this one is really one that I really appreciate, and I appreciate the work that Threshold has done. A quick note, in previous months or previous years, there has been a 737 MAX, which is, according to what I have gathered, is not a legal copy or a legal 737 MAX. It's been developed or modified without Zibo's permission. If you head over to the LevelUP Discord channel, which is a Threshold channel, you will see all the permissions from Zibo himself granting Threshold the rights to the aircraft. And of course, now we have the entire family of the next generation 737. So folks, without further ado, let's get things started. And let's take a look here. We're going to go straight to the electronic flight bag. We're going to go to the ground services, and we're going to connect GPU power. Now, this is, guys, still, it's a release candidate, so there are still some issues. Some things are not working, and hence, don't go hard on it. It's freeware. So let's go ahead and head over to the doors, and we're going to open the forward entry door to allow the passengers and crew to board the aircraft. Some really nice sounds. You will hear the trim wheel, which is my absolute favorite sound in this aircraft. We're going to head back here, and let's go to, actually, let me go here and all config, load. There we go. We're going to load flight one. Not sure. Okay, well, never mind. Let's go back here. We're going to the fuel imbalance. We're going to go to the payload. Now, in terms of payload, we have about 31.4. So we're going to just click here on payload and go over here and say 31,400 and enter. And as you can see, it already automatically puts in all the passenger numbers, which is pretty much a full load of passengers today and some cargo there. And then we're going to put the fuel. And for the fuel today, we're going to need 11.6 pounds of fuel. That's 11,600, about 12 tons of fuel. So we're going to put 12,000 and enter. And that's the fuel amount that we need there. Can't get the link for the LevelUp Discord server. When is it released? I don't have, I honestly don't have any date. I can ask Magnus. Maybe he will join us in the stream and let us know. But I don't have any timeline or any information as to when the aircraft. Abgeek, how are you doing, my friend? The Zibo, no, the Max, the one that the Max 737 Max that used to be there is really not a legal copy. So we're going to go to fuel. Everything looks good here, and everything looks good here. All is good there. Again, you can see you can set all these things up. So we're not going to waste too much time here. We know we have our fuel in the aircraft, and we are going to head over to the overhead panel now. And guys, I just really like the looks of this cockpit. All right, let's head over to the overhead panel, and let's see here. We are going to head over here and turn on the battery. Battery is turned on, and connect the ground power unit. Just adjusting my volume there. Perfect. All right. Next up, we are going to perform the APU test right down here. All's good there. And we're going to perform the cargo fire test as well. And all the tests check. Okay, perfect. Let's head over once more to the overhead panel. We're going to set the adheres to nav mode. And then yaw damper can go on. And moving down here, everything looks good here. We might turn this one on. And everything here looks good. All right, and moving down here, we don't need the emergency lights can go armed. Since we have already the fuels and passengers in the aircraft, we can turn on the fasten seatbelt and non-smoking signs. And we are going to turn on the window heat and the hydraulics. We are going to be cruising at 26,000 feet. And let's see here, everything here looks good. So we're going to leave that alone. We're going to turn on the position light to steady, and we are pretty much done with the overhead panel. All right, let's go to the glare shield here and set the altitude to our final cruise altitude of 26,000 feet. Let's cancel the master caution, and we're going to make sure the speed brake is on rejected takeoff, and now we're ready to start the FMC. Welcome all of you guys who has just joined here. Let me see here, bring this over here. That's much better. All right. And we've got with us Sakura. Hello there, my friend. Minimax09, hello, my friend. We've got Muhammad Ryan, freeware. Yes, sir, it is freeware. And we've got Mobin. How are you, my friend? Yeah, the texturing is really good. Yeah, I agree. Goose with Google. Yes, that's always an option. The eyebrow windows is an option on all of them. Stan, hello, my friend. Welcome. Mohammed El Salmi, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome. All right, so let's head over to the FMC. We're going to go to position in it. And we are going to enter Kilo, Oscar, November, Tango, which is Ontario International Airport. We're going to go to the next page, copy the GPS position, and set it here. And we're going to click on the route, and we're going to stick Kilo, Oscar, November, Tango. And we are going to go to Kilo, Lima, Alpha, Sierra. Our flight number today is Threshold 2574, and we're going to enter that here. And now we're going to go to the departure. So we are departing today, Ontario runway 26, I believe, 26. Let me check here my flight plan real quick. 26 right. So this is 26 right through the Sunshine 5 departure. And we are going to exit at the Mason transition and activate and execute that. And then our arrival, our flight is 26 right at Ontario, and then the Sunshine 5 departure through Mason transition to the Renders 1 through the Bourbon transition to runway 19 left. And of course, we're doing an RNAV approach today. It's going to be interesting to see how it's going to fare up, and a good probably test of my piloting skills. And so let's go ahead and select our star, the Renders 1 through the Mason transition. And then we are going to select the runway, which is RNAV 19 left, this one here. And through there's no transition there. So we're going to select the route. Let's go ahead and take a look here at our flight plan. As you can see here, there is vector to final. Of course, we're flying offline today. There is no ATC. So once we reach the vectors, we will just simply make the turn into Kiwi, and then to defrig, and then fired. And then, of course, it would be the center fix, final fix to runway 19er. It's actually a very challenging approach into Las Vegas, Nevada. It's a very steep and sharp turn, so hopefully I'll be able to butter it for some good spectacle for you guys. And we are through with the flight plan now. That's the Lex page. All is looking good. Let's go to the performance initialization page. And we just click here for the gross weight and reserves. We can consult again our flight plan. And the final reserve would be 3, that's 3, that's 5. So 5. So we're just going to put 6 for the reserve. The cost index for our flight today is 44. And the final cruise altitude is 260 or 26,000 feet. Cruise wind today, 293,030. That's the average. That's cruise altitude, 030. And the ESA deviation is 2 degrees. And we're going to insert that here. It will automatically populate everything for us. Transition altitude in the US of A is 18,000 feet. Steep descent after Kiwi and Bourbon. And yeah, you will see that once we are actually close to Las Vegas, you will see that it's actually very, very challenging approach into Las Vegas, Nevada. Steve Mitchell, hello, my friend. Scotty, hello. Melbourne, how are you guys doing today? Thank you for joining me on this New Year's Eve. Roy Soul, how are you doing, my friend? Just got here. Is the plane available? Not yet, unfortunately. It's not yet available. And again, many thanks to Threshold, the Kuwait channel partners, for providing me with a copy to showcase here on the channel. Takeoff today, we can derate the takeoff, and we are going to select flaps 5 for departure. And center of gravity gives us a trim of 6 today. V1, VR, and V2, 131. So let's set this to 131. And we're going to turn on our flight directors. And everything else looks good to me. Perfect. All right, we're going to go to the second FMC, and we're going to select climb. And all is looking good. Now we can start the APU. By the way, if we go to the start the flight leg, the button is there, but it doesn't do anything at this point, and so is the PA system. So some things are still missing there, but we can go to ground services, go to the doors, and now we can close the door. And we are ready to call the pushback truck, but first let's go ahead and turn on the APU. And the APU is now starting. Let's take a look at the aircraft. Look at this wing view. The texturing is of the highest order on a freeware add-on for X-Plane. And you can see also another view of the right wing. And this is my favorite view of the 737 aircraft wing. You can also see the left wing as well. I've created the same presets here for your viewing pleasure. Just look at the details on the wing here. The texturing is just phenomenal. Really beautiful, beautiful texturing. And the passenger cabin does not fall short of the high quality that we see elsewhere on the aircraft. You can see the cabin lighting, and of course everything is Threshold branded, which is really a nice touch. It looks really, really good. I really like it. I like really the work they've done on this aircraft. Back into the cockpit, and we can take a look here and see the, meanwhile, we can grab the altimeter. The wind here at Ontario is 140 degree, 4 knot wind. Visibility is 10 SM, few clouds at 5,000 and few at 6,500. Scattered clouds at 25. The current temperature is 10 Celsius, and the altimeter is 2974. All right, so let's set the altimeter to 2974. All right, 2974, and it should automatically sync with the first officer side. We have the APU. So APU is now available, and we can turn on the APU bleed. And let's go ahead and start the engines. All right, let's go ahead and put the beacon lights on. Anti-collision lights are on, and we are now ready to go. We can see that the jetway is now moving away from the aircraft in preparation for departure. And we are, by the way, today using X-Enviro version 1.16. Perfect. Alrighty. We're ready to call the pushback truck. And you can do so either from the electronic flight bag or from the menu here.
Down to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
All right, we are going to set the aircraft right here. Runway 26 right is not too far from our current position. Not sure what happened there. Did I say plan? Start.
Down to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
All right, let's show her where we want to go.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Perfect. Tow is driving up. Okay. So if we look here, everything is good. We're going to select terrain on this side and the weather on this side. And just for immersion's sake, let's come here and select Ontario. So we're going to select ground. No, let's select tower. So we're going to hear the tower frequency here at Ontario International Airport. Yeah, the cockpit texture stand look absolutely phenomenal. They're really, really good. Heavy Metal Aviation, hello, my friend.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Thanks for that. The fuel pumps are now turned on. We're ready to connect. And let's go ahead and turn off the... let's go to ground services and remove the GPU. And now we're good. And let's see here. I'm going to put this on TARA just so that we don't forget. And we are good. Aircraft's being raised. And we are almost ready to start our engines.
And bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
The plugin for Lost Trucker, the plugin for the frequencies is XChatter, and it's a wonderful program. I think it adds a lot of immersion, available for both X-Plane and for Microsoft Flight Simulator. All right, I think we can release the brake. Oh, let's set our trim wheel first. Let's set the trim to 6 units. Man, gotta love those sounds. All right, here we go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
All right, we can start our engines now, and we're going to start with the engine number 2. And here we go. Gotta love those textures. Beautiful, beautiful. And the livery, I love this Threshold livery. All right, let's go ahead and give it some fuel. Let's see, interior, exterior. If the interior sounds are too loud, just let me know, guys. All right, I think we have a good start on engine number 2. Let's go ahead and start engine number 1. And we have a new subscriber to the Q8 Pilot channel. Welcome, Q. Lottie, is it? Welcome, my friend. Prashurya, welcome, my friend, to the stream. I'm doing very well tonight, and Happy New Year to you, my friend. Glad you are able to join us on this New Year's Eve stream. And there we go. Just look at that. Just absolutely gorgeous aircraft. Rico Manson, hello, my friend. Welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel. All right. And we have Timmy. Hello, Timmy. Welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel. Glad you could join us today. And thank you for your support and your subscription to the channel. Appreciate it.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
All right. Parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Sim Pilot Andrew. Hello, my friend. How are you doing today? Rudy, how are you doing? Happy New Year to you, my friend. Texas Forex, how are you doing there? Happy New Year. Captain Ruby, how are you doing there? All right, let's disconnect. All right, we have a good start on both engines. We're going to turn on the gens, and the engine start switches to continuous. And let's head over here, turn on the probe heat, and the packs on auto, isolation valve on auto. We no longer need the APU bleed, and we can turn off the APU. Thank you for your service, and let's put this on the on position. And next, we can turn on the taxi light and runway turn off lights. Let me switch to the outside and just take a look at this really beautiful aircraft. Here, let's do just we're going to circle the aircraft, and you can just really appreciate the modeling, the beautiful sounds, the texture work. Everything is just absolutely superb on the 737 NG series. And of course, this is the 600 variant of the aircraft. By the way, the runway is just right here, so we are ready to go. Let's release the parking brake. Now, there is something wrong with the scenery. I know it's not the aircraft because it happens with all the aircraft. It takes a little bit of power to get the aircraft moving, and about 40% to get the aircraft to move. But that's something to do with the scenery, not the aircraft. As a reminder, guys, for the latest and greatest in flight simulation news, reviews, and add-ons, please make sure you visit the Threshold website at www.thresholdx.net. The recent changes also, their website has gotten a facelift. It looks absolutely fabulous. And there is also a Threshold store where you can get some of your favorite add-ons for X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right, let's set this to runway heading. We're going to set the heading to 260, which is the runway heading. There we go. No, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go, 260. And, we need to set our flaps. All right, let's bring the aircraft to a complete stop here and configure everything for takeoff. Landing lights are turned on, runway turn off, taxi light can go off, and we're going to turn the strobes on. Wing lights are on, and auto throttle can be turned on as well. And we are ready for takeoff. Let's go ahead and release the parking brake, and let's go. Beautiful looking engines. Enthusiast 224 2024 Welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel, and welcome to the stream. Alexandrops La Paz, Happy New Year, my friend. Glad you could join us today. Manuel V, thank you very much. It hasn't been released yet.
26 right.
All right, here's 26 right, and this is where we make our turn.
On runway 26 right.
All right, we are on the runway, ready for departure. Let's set power to about 40%. And toga.
Good morning, Philippines 172 Standard 9 miles.
80 knots checked.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate, gears going up. I'm going to let the aircraft accelerate a little bit here. Flaps 1. And VNAV. Speed check, flaps up. LNAV. Autopilot 1 is engaged. Perfect. Now we can enjoy some external views. Beautiful departure out of Ontario. Vikram, Happy New Year to you, my friend. Sir Rob, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel, and welcome to the stream. All right, folks, we continue our climb, and I just need a few minutes break. I'll let things continue here, and we'll be right back with you in just a few moments. All right, folks, I'm back. Sorry about that. I received a delivery from DHL, and I had to go and pick up the package. All right, we are passing 10,000 feet. We're going to turn off the landing lights, runway turn off lights, engine start to off, and we will turn off the wing lights as well. Everything else is looking good. Let's go ahead and increase our range a bit here. There we go. All right. So because our approach into Las Vegas is a bit of a challenging approach, I'm going to create a couple of things for situational awareness. So we are going to go here to our FMC. We're going to go ahead and select the speeds. So we're going to do flaps 30 today as we arrive into our destination, and 136, we're going to add that there. Then we're going to go to the fix page, and we're going to select runway 19 left, and we're going to create a couple of radiuses for we're going to create a 20 and 10 nautical mile radiuses for increased situational awareness. So first, let's create the 20 nautical mile ring, and we're going to create another 10 nautical mile ring, and that should help us with the so we can visually now see those two rings around the runway as we approach Las Vegas. Let's take a look. Let's do a flyby. Beautiful sight of this mountainous terrain. Is Quail Fly. Hi, how are you? Wish you the best, my friend, and Happy New Year. Greetings from St. Martin. Oh, wow. From Argentina. Well, thank you, my friend. Happy New Year to you. Wish you the best in the year ahead. Swapnel. Is the Type-C emergency door one behind the wings modeled on the 7300ER? I'm not sure, but once we land, I can show you all the variants. We can load them up and see. Oh, we passed the transition altitude, 18,000 feet. So bear reference set to standard. The Realbox Gaming XD, the plane isn't still available. Will it be ported to MSFS? I hardly doubt that. I don't think that it will be ported to Microsoft Flight Simulator. No. Right, about 6,400 feet to go, and we are looking good. By the way, not too far from the top of descent either, so it's actually a short flight. But here's a look at the outside. Just really amazing views with Orbex True Earth, California. You can see the beautiful orthos out the window here. Beautiful looking scene here. So Boeing Corp asks, is this PMDG quality? In my personal opinion, I believe that the Zebo mod and the Threshold LevelUP 737NG series is better than PMDG in terms of the quality, in terms of the simulation of the systems, in terms of the features. Excuse me. Everything, in my view, is better. Let's bring up some lights here. Background lights. Come on. And the AFDS floodlights, main panel lights. And I'm going to head over here. And if we look here, those are the panel lights and floodlights as well. And by the way, we should have closed the door. And now we can lock the door. And we are now almost at 26,000 feet, which is the final cruise altitude for our flight. And everything else is looking perfect. Captain Shakir. Wa alaikum assalam, Captain. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome. I have been following you on Instagram, Captain Shakir, and you are quite an artist. I love your paintings and your drawings. Just really something to aspire for. Very, very well done. I absolutely love your work, and I haven't seen a video from you in a very long time. I hope all is well. Wish you a happy new year, my friend, and hope to see those videos coming soon on your channel. Yes, the 737 MAX is in the works, absolutely, and there's also the business the business jet is also in the works. Those will follow in the days to come. All right, here we go. 26,000 feet, our final cruise altitude, and we are not too far from top of descent. As you can see here, 78 nautical miles before top of descent. We can now remove this here, and we can bring terrain on this side, and we'll bring the weather on this side, and we are now looking good. Let's take a look at the outside. Stunning view of this beautiful aircraft. All right, so while we cruise here and before we reach our top of descent, the year 2021 has been a bit of a difficult year for me. I think in terms of the channel, at work, I think everything has been, it took its toll on me. Work has been extremely difficult. We have a lot of big projects at work, and they're all transformational in nature, which requires a lot of attention, a lot of push. It requires dedication and commitment. And of course, as some of you may already know, I'm a father of 4. My eldest is 21 and youngest is 8. So that can be also a handful to manage. And having the channel and really striving to or aspiring to create the highest quality content and continue my unbiased reviews, I found it a little difficult. And I'll be very honest with you guys, there are There were a few points where I almost gave up again on the hobby, not personally, so I can make up the time for myself to fly and enjoy. But creating content is a lot of work. It's a lot of effort to create content. Streaming, I found, once you get comfortable with streaming, it's probably less demanding because it is the hour or two that I spend with you guys, and I think it's time well spent, and I really enjoy being here on the channel with you guys. But then, you know, doing videos is really time consuming because you have to record the video, then you have to edit the video and make sure that you take out all the parts out, add those really cool transitions, and you know, you end up, you know, spending a full day on a video, and then you start getting those really weird comments from some really weird people, and it's just a put off, and it really does demotivate you. So I've kept my cool many times, I have to say, and there were a few junctures that I, you know, made a decision to continue and create content simply because I think there is still the audience for flight simming, and I think I'm still able to offer something unique and to the community. I'm able to help, and as long as I'm able to help and I'm able to put out something there that people enjoy and learn from, then I will continue to create content. Again, as you know, I'm not in this hobby to make money. Of course, I work for, I think there is a question, where do I work? I am part of the IT management in one of the local banks in Kuwait. So I plan on doing tutorials. I plan on doing live streams, lots of live streams and live reviews. I plan on bringing in a balance in terms of the content for X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator and P3D. So I'm going to be streaming with all three sims, and I can see that there is a decline, and even in accordance to the latest results from the Navigraph survey, there is a decline in the usage of P3D for very good reason, of course. But we know that X-Plane pretty much held its ground. There is a slight growth in the number of users using X-Plane, but definitely not as much as the growth that we've seen in Microsoft Flight Simulator, especially after the launch of the Xbox version of the game. Thank you very much, Captain Shakir, for all your effort. I really appreciate it. Captain Shami, hello, my friend, and welcome. Has the HUD been changed, or is it still 2D like the regular Zibo? Well, I have no clue, and this aircraft is not equipped with the HUD, but once we land at Las Vegas, what we'll do is we'll bring up those variants, we'll take a look at all the aircraft, and we'll take a look at their modeling, and hopefully I can answer some of your questions there. Captain X-Ray, is this more realistic than the Zibo? Well, they're different. It is actually one thing to note about the LevelUP NG is that it's based on the Zibo systems. So it uses the stable version. It will not use the subsequent version, but every stable version, every new release of a Zibo mod is going to be the base for the NG models. Are they more realistic? They're different. So this is the NG, the next generation models. They offer different sounds, and they are more modern, of course, but they're equally enjoyable, and they're pretty much Zibo aircraft with, if you will, with a twist, yeah? I have UW Force. I have no clue when will the plane be available for download, but if I do hear from my partners at Threshold, I'll be sure to update the video description. There is an FAQ in the video description, and if you have few, just please do take a look at some of those questions there. You might find the answer to some of your questions. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We are now approximately 23 nautical miles from top of descent. So we need to be at, let's see here. So vectors to final, and 2,900 feet. So we're going to reset the MCP altitude to 2,900 feet. 2,900 is set. Peter R. Hello, QA. Just subscribed so I could say superb stream. Well, thank you very much, Peter. That means the world to me. Thank you, sir, very much for your kindness. Appreciate it. What XVision solution are you using? I am not using XVision in this stream. I'm using XEnviro version 1.16. And if you'd like to take a look at the link and learn more about XEnviro, just type !clouds, and you should be able to get the link to the XEnviro website and get more information on the add-on. All right, here's the top of descent right ahead of us now. We have reset the MCP altitude to 2,900 feet. There is, of course, no ILS frequency since this is an RNAV approach, and hopefully things will be good as we approach. And you will know what I mean by a challenging landing once we are close to our destination. Just type iClouds, Remy, to get the link. So just whatever you've typed, just add an S to it, and you should get the link. What are your thoughts on enhanced skyscapes? They are good. It's not bad. It's a good alternative to XEnviro, which is, for one, very expensive. But then it's an environment engine. It doesn't just change the clouds, but it adds sounds, weather, clouds, everything. And it's got some really nice feature when it's snowing, and as well as the wet surfaces. So it simulates wet surfaces when there's rain. So XEnviro is a complete environment engine, whereas the enhanced cloudscapes is just really a change of your clouds. It uses the default X-plane weather, whereas XEnviro has its own engine, own weather engine, and it injects its own meteorological data into the sim. As you can see, we have reached our top of descent. The aircraft has begun the automatic descent, and we should be at Las Vegas in no time now. Now the aircraft, I will tell you, as we near the approach, it's the GPWS is going to start saying some really strange things, like you're too fast, and climb, and it's done some really weird things. But that's probably things that are still being ironed out and being worked out. So yeah, we should be okay. And I hope that I can do a nice landing for you guys. We are now at 24,000 feet for 2,900 feet for runway 19 left at Las Vegas. Yeah, there are too fast callouts, yeah. It's part of the RAA, the runway and RAS system, the Runway Advisory Awareness System. If you're traveling too fast, or if you're unstable, or if you're too high or too low, it starts advising the captain, which is ASXB. Active Sky is a good system. It injects weather. But again, it does not do what XEnviro does. And that's, I think, what a lot of people miss about XEnviro, is that it's a complete environment engine. It's not just weather. It doesn't just inject meteorological data into the sim, but it actually changes the sky colors, the clouds. It has its own weather engine. It simulates seasons, snow, rain. It's got a lot of different things. So it's very different from Active Sky or from SkyMax Pro, for that matter. It's a very different add-on. Is it something that I would recommend at this point? If you have a hefty machine like I do, by all means go ahead and try it out. But it's an expensive software, and it requires a lot of compute power to run smoothly. So yeah, from that perspective, I would not recommend it at this point until the performance issues are fixed. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the weather at Las Vegas. We're looking at about 200 degrees, gusting winds, 15 knot gusting winds, so it's going to be a very rough. We have scattered clouds at 1060, scattered at 1200. The current temperature is 12 Celsius, and the altimeter is 2966. So yeah, we can expect quite a rough approach into Las Vegas, but hopefully we'll be able to do it. 19,000. There is 19,000 feet. There is a restriction there, and if we look down here, you will see that the TD, top of descent from flight level 190, starts right there. So the aircraft will begin the descent. As you can see, the speed has also decreased to 250 knots. The aircraft is indeed free of charge. Andreas asks if Xenviro is FPS heavy. Absolutely. But even by the way, on my machine on maximum settings, it would bring the machine on its knees. It's really that demanding. But I've tweaked it, and I can share with you guys right after we land my settings, my Xenviro settings, and maybe you can just copy whatever I'm doing. You should be able to gain some 10 to 15 FPS. I'll show you once we land. I'll give you a few tips on what is really going to make a difference in terms of performance. You can see the ring. This is the 20 nautical mile ring that I've created in the fix page, and right after that you will see the 10 nautical mile ring. Now this is done for situational awareness, nothing else really. Doesn't really affect your flight plan, but for me it's very useful because it kind of gives me an indication as to when I need to do things, and I base some of the decisions on reduction of speed or altitude, or turning maybe even the autopilot off based on those rings and how close I am to the runway. You can see the aircraft shaking. There's a little bit of turbulence there. We are at 18,000 feet. We're going to set barrel reference to 2966. All right, let's go ahead and do that. 2966 is now set. 18,000 feet is the transition altitude in the US of A. Let's do a flyby, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful, beautiful view here as we depart the state of California and enter. We are at the outskirts now of California. We're almost at Las Vegas. We're at the state of Nevada. And Las Vegas is not too far from where we are now. All right, as you can see, this is Nevada, and this is California. And the reason I tell you this is I see the division between the orthos and no orthos. This is SFD Global, by the way. Which is, again, another great add-on for X-Plane 11. Here's our ring, and we are down at 16,000 feet for 2,900. We're still looking good. Thoughts on Max Team Design 737-600? I haven't heard of it, to be honest. Is it a new one? Is it a new aircraft for X-Plane, or is that a 737 for Microsoft Flight Simulator? I'm not sure, Claudie. I'm not sure. I haven't heard of the aircraft. All right, so here's the 10 nautical mile ring that we've created in the fixed page. Again, gives me great situational awareness of where we are relative to the runway and to the airport. And now we're going to make a right turn here, and we're going to decel at this point. And as I've indicated, we're doing an RNAV approach, so there is no ILS, there is no guidance.
Traffic.
There's traffic. Where is the traffic? Ah, there it is. Right there. Well, it's too far for the Jordan Dennison. Jordan, welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel, my friend. Glad to have you with us. Thank you for your support. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now descending to 13,000 for 2,900 feet. And we're still looking good. There are no, we need to be above 9,000, above 11,000. So that's the, those are the restrictions before we can descend down to our final altitude. That's Las Vegas right there. The City of Lights. As we leave the Golden State and head over to the City of Lights. Do you fly on VATSIM? I do fly on VATSIM. I don't do it that often, and normally I fly offline. Beg your pardon. I mean, I don't stream my VATSIM flights. Six Pilot, hello, my friend. Welcome. There is no link for the download, my friend. Not yet. Victor, hello, my friend. Welcome. I'm using Traffic Global by Just Flight. A great add-on for both X-Plane and for P3D. Now you can see, guys, how is this helpful? So this is a 10 nautical mile ring. So from this point here, this is the 10 nautical mile radius from the runway. So this is actually very short. Things will happen very quickly as we go to this waypoint here. We are now descending to 10,000 feet. So we're going to go ahead and turn on our lights, runway turn off lights, and we're going to turn on the wing lights as well. We are going to set the auto brake to 2, and we are going to arm the speed brake. There we go. Speed brake is armed. And I'm going to decrease the range to 10 nautical miles. This is the runway right here. So this is Las Vegas. We are now at 9,000 feet for 2,900. All is looking good. You can see the speed is we are decelerating now. That view is definitely screenshot material. Lovely. Just really a lovely aircraft. Ah, Claudia, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the story, the Max team design. Yeah. Now I know what you're talking about. I think the story there is so I've tried to do a little bit of research. The guy behind it I've spoke to a couple of times. He seemed to be, you know, nice enough of a guy. I'm not sure if, you know, if he's actually received a permission from Zibo to do, you know, what he's done. Ooh, What's going on there? A little bit of turbulence there. Got me a little scared. All right. If I increase the range here, you can see there is a discontinuity there. And we need to, this is normally when ATC would give us further instructions to, all right, we're going to speed check, flaps 1. And we're going to start decreasing our speed now. We're not very far from the runway. So definitely we need to be very careful from this point forward. God, I love the clouds in X-Enviro. Just very, very immersive. All right. So now, as you can see here, after we pass this decel point, we are going to change the flight plan. By the way, there is something wrong with the lighting. When it's cloudy like this, it kind of dims the lights inside the aircraft for some reason. So that's our decel mark. And there we go. Yeah. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. We are going to head over to the FMC. We're going to select Kaivi, which is this waypoint, and insert here and execute. And now we're going to make the turn towards the waypoint. And after that, it becomes, you know, here we go. We are descending now. And there's the decel point here. Speed brake is armed. Auto brake is set to 2. Landing lights are on. And the speed brake is armed. Yep, all is looking good. We are looking good for our approach. And landing runway 19 left. Again, this is an RNAV approach. All right, speed check. And flaps 2. And flaps 5. All right. All right. So as you can see here, this is the runway. So this is a very sharp turn for runway 19 left. But hopefully we'll be able to make it. And hopefully we'll do it in style. Is this X-Plane? Love Aviation? Yes, sir. This is X-Plane. All right, this is what I see. You see the lights getting dimmed, and it's because of the clouds. I'm not sure why this happens, but it looks like something needs to be done about this. There you see now it's kind of brightened up again. So I think it has to do with the shades, the cloud shades. We continue our descent now. We are 160 knots, 5-degree flaps, and we continue the descent to 2,900 feet. And we're going to maintain current speed and altitude. Of course, we need to be at 2,900. We're still looking good. We need to be above 5,300. There's a restriction here. So we are good there. Hey, Duncan, how are you? Well, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I wish you a speedy recovery. Hopefully you're not, experiencing, extreme symptoms. I hope that you are well and safe, and wish you a speedy recovery, my friend. Diego, hello, my friend, and welcome. Glad to have you with us. Happy New Year to you, my friend. All right. We can see now there is a decel point, and we need to start decelerating, and we need to also lower our landing gear momentarily. So we're going to let the aircraft decelerate and do its thing. That's ahead of us. That's Las Vegas Strip. And the airport and runway is right over there. So we are almost there now. And it's going to happen very quickly. So we are now at the decel point. So we are going to lower the landing gear. And speed check, flaps 10. And speed check, flaps 15. Final speed
2500
is 136. Speed check, flaps 25. Speed check. And flaps 30. All right. Reduce the range here. Right, approach. And as you can see, this is the Las Vegas Strip ahead of us. And I believe this is Trump Tower right there. And I can see the Luxor right to the far left there. All right, 1,000 feet, and we are going to momentarily disconnect to the autopilot.
Too fast.
There we
Too
go. Now it's
fast.
going to start.
Approaching 19 left.
All right, let's go ahead and take over.
Too fast. Too fast.
Now it's going to keep saying too fast, too fast. But there's nothing I can do about that too fast, too fast.
500
And so what we're going to do is we're just going to try to maintain...
Unstable. Unstable.
Yeah, it's going to say all sorts of things now.
400
And we're just going to leave it. Let's go ahead and kill the auto throttle. Come on. Come on. All right, here we go.
300 200 100 50 40 30 20 10
And welcome to Las Vegas. Reversers. 80 knots. Manual braking. Woo! Was a bit of a firm landing there. About, let's see here, 282 FPM. 282. Wow. That was pretty hard. By the way, I set this to yaw, but it looks like I still need to steer with the yoke. Yeah, your back is hurting, but you should be thankful you made it safely. All right, we'll take a look at the landing. I'm not sure why the aircraft is doing some really strange things now. Well, I'll check the yaw in just a minute. So in the EFB, if we go to hardware, so go back. Hardware, it is on yaw, but I'm not sure why it's doing strange things. Beautiful look here at the Las Vegas Strip. Let's see if we can just bring the aircraft to a stop somewhere here. There we go. Alrighty. Parking brake is set, and we can kill the lights. And let's kill the fuel. Flaps are still up, but we can retract them. All right. So what we're going to do now is we are going to take a look at the replay. So let's see here, right about here maybe. Let's take a look. Yeah, let's do it from here. Beautiful view, beautiful wing view there. That's the tower view. And that's the aircraft turning towards the airport. I love X-Plane, and I love the camera system in X-Plane. It's just really, really good. I definitely love the 600 version of the 737. The wing flex is just absolutely great. All right, here we go. That was a really firm landing, but nonetheless, we made it safely. How about we do another replay? This time, maybe we'll do like a wing view. Let's see here. I think that's us right there. There we go. Let's play that. I just absolutely adore the camera system in X-Plane. Allows you to do those really nice replays and views of the aircraft, and you can follow aircraft. There's actually a good program called ABC, I'll get you the name now. Let's take a look here at, I think, yeah, this one looks good. Oh, that's just lovely. I think, Duncan, the Boeing Corp, the business jet is on the way. So is this the native version of X-Plane camera system? Yes, this is actually the native system of X-Plane. So if you use Shift and 2, it would do the flyby, Shift and 3, and then you've got Shift and 4, which is the spot camera, Shift and 5, that's the tower view, and then what I normally do in some of my videos, if you click on 4, so this is Shift or Shift and 2, for example, and then you click the C, the letter C, now the camera is actually, it's a free camera, so you can move around the scenery and you can position the camera anywhere you want with the C button. And so we can, for example, place it right here and just look at the aircraft, and you can follow. By the way, I think there's something wrong with the scenery. I can see the cars floating here, here, and here, but you get the idea here. Look at that, just beautiful aircraft. Now this here, once I click this button, I have the X camera enabled now, and now I can cycle through the different categories and the different views within X camera. Now there is a couple of things I want to show you guys before we conclude the stream. Something that I've turned off. But first, I know a lot of you guys have asked for my X Enviro settings. By the way, the 285 was the FPM, which is quite firm, if you ask me. But a couple of things. All right, first one is I want to take you to my X Enviro settings for those of you who wish to have capable machines and wish to use X Enviro. What I found is this slider here, this one, and the dynamic quality and the cloud detailed range. So those two cannot be moved beyond medium, or even if you have a 3090 like I do, and you have a 5.1 gigahertz CPU, you would still suffer in terms of performance. So to me, this is what's done it for me. Now, in terms of cloud static quality, you can bump that to ultra. That is not an issue at all. But the dynamic quality has to be brought down to medium. The same thing for the cloud detail range. And of course, this gives you a lot of, oh, Duncan, thank you so much for 1,500 ISK. That's very generous of you, sir. Thank you so much. Just super chat. Thank you for the stream, Captain, and Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year to you and speedy recovery, my friend. I wish you all the best, and I wish you, all of you guys, all the best in the year to come. So this is the my XEnviro settings. Those are the two that I had to bring down to medium in order to get reasonable FPS. So I get, FPS an average of 40, 35, 40 FPS in with, maximum settings. Everything else is, you can see here, you can capture this and take it and use it in your own XEnviro settings. Right. Another thing I want to show you is this one here, a better camera ABC. Okay. So let me go ahead to go to the plugins because I've disabled this for the flight, and let's re-enable it. And I haven't really played with this, but it seems like it's a promising add-on. It's freeware. The developer has reached out to me and provided me with a copy, and you can see that you can select. By the way, if we go here and we can select X-Plane. Open in X-Plane tracking window, and then of course you have all the aircraft that are in traffic global. And you can see, the nice thing about it is you can actually see the status of each one of them with the registration number. So for example, this one is at 2220 feet, cruising. This aircraft is landing, and if you click it, it will take you actually to the aircraft. Now, depending on where this in the world, I'm not sure where it is. But yeah, it should take you there, and it will pop up messages here, as you can see now here, landing. So if I click on this aircraft, let's see if it takes us to it. I can't find it. Yeah, maybe it's too far from our current location. But let's see here. Now, another thing you can do with this function is you can say tracking list window. So now you can actually see all the aircraft that are, let's see, let's make this bigger. Okay, so a better camera tracking list. Now you have traffic global, but you also have X-Plane. Now in X-Plane, this is us, and you can do all sorts of things for your own aircraft. And this is traffic global. This is the, hold on, let's go there, yeah. So now you can see this aircraft landing 80 feet, and you have the airport. I think it's because the airport is too far from our location. But this one, for example, here, flight level. So if I click this one, it should show us the aircraft. No, still doesn't show anything there. I'm not sure why. All right, let me disable X camera, and let me go to the external view. All right, let's see if we can get one of these guys to work. Still doesn't want to work. All right, so for some reason it doesn't want to work. I'm not sure why, but you get the idea. It's still highly experimental, but I like where the developer is going with this. Then you've got all sorts of, you've got the still spot, drop spot, tower spot. You can select all of these. You can track the next target. Prime time mode, display camera position, walk around mode. So that's something, again, FYI, toggle walk around with is now on, and you can start walking to the aircraft and what have you. Again, really nice features. I haven't really gone through it, but search for ABC, ABC, a better camera or ABC camera, and you should be able to download it. Let's see if it's parked here. Ah, there it is. So if we selected this here, there's the aircraft carrier here, and we can see it says click to circle. Yeah, I'm not sure what it's doing there. But anyway, this is something I wanted to show you guys. I think it's, it's a promising add-on, but that's pretty much it for our stream today. Well, folks, the year 2021 has been a great year. and I'm sure that 2022 is going to be even better. I want to thank you once more for all the support, for all your kind words, for every personal kindness that you guys have extended to me over the past 6 years of creating content on YouTube for our hobby, the hobby that we all love, flight simulation. And I wish you all the very best. Captain Shami, you wanted to see the HUD. All right. So so this is the 600 version of the aircraft. Let's go ahead and take a look at, maybe let's go to there's the 800NG. I think there's the 900ER. So let's start the flight there. Let me show you the 900ER, and then we'll see the 900NG as well. Yasmin, thank you. Thank you very much. Glad you liked the stream. And by the way, your shoes has arrived, the one that you requested for your birthday, darling. Yasmin is my daughter, ladies and gentlemen. She is with us today and watching the stream. Thank you very much, Blackjack62. Appreciate it, my friend. Happy New Year to you and your family. I wish you all the best in the year 2022. And I hope that all your dreams come true, and that I hope that you are able to achieve everything that you endeavor for in the year ahead. Thank you very much, Peter. I appreciate it, my friend. We're just waiting for the for X-Plane to load the 900ER, which is part of the 737NG series by Threshold LevelUP. Not sure why it's taking a long time, but we'll just give it a little more time. And in the meantime, we can come to let's see here. Shouldn't take that long. Preparing world. All right, it's loading now. All right, here we go. So that's the 900ER. Again, in terms of the cockpit, I think it looks pretty much the same. Nothing really different. If we go to the outside, this is, again, you can see those really beautiful wings. And you can see, yeah, beautiful texturing. The aircraft looks a bit different, without a doubt. Much bigger aircraft. So this is the 900ER. And if we go to the passenger cabin, I think it looks pretty much the same. There. That's the passenger cabin. Oh, that is something I just saw right now. All right. And you can obviously open the doors. And this side as well. I hope that this answers some of the questions that you guys have had. Let me just move this here to kind of look at the chat here. What kind of yoke do you use? I use the honeycomb, sorry, I use the alpha yoke. The alpha yoke is what I use. Ooh, what did I do here? I brought all the windows from the other screen. All right, so this is the 900, ER. And now we can also bring up the 900NG, which is slightly different. Start new flight. I think it put us back at Ontario, and that's the reason why it took so long to bring back the. Yeah, let's just minimize this here. All right. I like the new exterior work they've done, same as engine sounds. Can imagine how great it would sound when I delete the climb to climb. All right, so we're loading the 737-900NG now. Load Excel, Happy New Year to you, my friend. All right, and this is, ladies and gentlemen, the 900NG, the 737-900NG. Again, you can see the beautiful texturing here. Beautiful, beautiful aircraft, really, by Threshold LevelUP. 737NG series. Great work, Threshold. And once again, thank you, Magnus, for providing me with a copy to showcase here on the channel. And of course, this one looks a little different from the 900ER. But just, I think they all look great and fly great. All right, folks. This is it, and this is the last, very last stream of 2021. Once again, thank you so much. A massive thank you to all of you for all the support, for all the donations that you've been to the channel, for every time you've commented and liked or even disliked a video. I think it all adds up to the success of the Q8 Pilot channel. And we are just short of 500 videos on the channel that I've created over the past 5 years or so of creating content on the channel. I look forward to 2022 and look forward to bringing you a lot of new content. And tomorrow, by the way, I will be streaming at night at the same time at 1800 Zulu, and we're going to be taking a look at the SimWorks simulations, Quest Kodiak 100 for Microsoft Flight Simulator, which also reminds me to tell you guys that the year 2022 is going to see a lot more Microsoft Flight Simulator and P3D content in conjunction with the usual X-Plane content that I deliver here on the channel. Until next year, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for the support, stay safe, and Happy New Year to all of you. Bye-bye for now.